I know for a fact that one day I'm going to sit on this picnic table and the whole thing's just going to absolutely collapse. But if I do get it on camera, I'll certainly stick it in the video. But I just want to say a massive thank you for clicking on the video. I'm going to be doing a gear review today. So I'm going to be doing a gear review on a couple of products that have actually been sent by Wild Camping International. So I'll go through them in a couple of seconds. I'll get them up onto the table and we'll go through all the features of them. But it's 2 new stoves that they've actually brought out, and I've been using their equipment for a very, very long time, and I cannot recommend them enough. But I'll be putting a link to all the products, etc. as well below the bottom of the video. But absolutely brilliant products. As I said, I've been using their twig stoves for many, many years, but also things like their coffee percolators, etc. as well. But let's get straight into it. Let's get the products up on the table and I'll go through some of the features. So we're going to start off with the multi-fuel stove. So as I said, you'll have seen this before in the videos. So this is their twig stove that they've actually got. And again, this is a titanium version. They do it in a steel version as well. But the difference that they've actually made in this particular one, you probably won't be able to see it, but we are going to have a closer look just in a wee sec. But it's got a cross beam across the sort of central part there. And the difference with that is that I can actually put the alcohol stove on the central part there. And again, that will give it a little bit of shelter, because things like today, it's quite a windy day today. You know, so when it comes to, we are going to be sort of boiling up some water in a little bit. But again, if it was just a case of the alcohol stove was out in the open and it was windy, you know, that could conceivably sort of blow it out. But what I'm going to do just now, I'm going to show you the alcohol stove as well. But that is just such a clever idea. It's quite simple. All they've really just done is actually they've got the slats in there. And again, that just means that so actually I can take this away just for sort of camping in the mountains as well. So this is more for things like really lightweight camping, you know, if you're looking for it, because you don't have to carry the sort of gas stove, you don't have to carry the gas canister, things like that as well. Again, I'm going to put the weights of all the products below, but the lights of that titanium, it is just so light. And then the only thing you're really going to have to take along with you as well. Now, I was sort of deliberating as to what one I was going to go for, what fuel I was actually going to go for the alcohol stove. So I have gone along the lines of the methylated spirits, but there are different types of things you can get. You can get the gel ones as well. Apparently the gel ones tend to leave a little bit of a residue, whereas the lights of these ones do sort of cook a little bit better, and also don't sort of leave quite so many marks on the bottom of your pots, etc. You know, so I'm going to go along the lines of the methylated spirit. Now, from that point of view, what I've got there is the full bottle, but all I would really do is just decant it into what I need. You know, so I would have multiple little bottles, again, depending on the type of trip that I'm actually doing, whether it's a multi-day trip, single-day trip, whatever it may be. So what we're going to do just now, showing you that, I'm going to get this open just now. So this is the actual alcohol stove. And again, we'll do a close-up of that just in a wee minute. But absolutely brilliant. And then all you do, you've got that there. And then again, you can literally just put your pot on top if you don't want to take that. Or alternatively, you can just pop that inside the stove itself, the multi-fuel stove. So again, we'll have a little bit of a closer look at these just now. So here's the fuel stove. So as I said, you've just got that. You can just take that out itself, but that's just your support for where you're going to put your pot. But then, as I said, on the actual thing itself, it's got the double layers of holes just for the flames itself, and it's also got markings inside there as well with the 30mm and 60mm, just so you know exactly what sort of measurement you're putting in there. And again, I'm going to have to sort of learn again, just obviously from the point of view of how much I need. You know, if it's going to be a case of going to be making sort of one hot chocolate at night and then making a coffee in the morning, cooking up some food, exactly how much I'm going to need. So as I said, that is the alcohol stove, which we're going to use this in a little bit. And then that is the twig stove. That is now sort of a multi-fuel stove. So again, you can just sort of see that cross in there. And that's basically just for the actual fuel stove, just to sort of pop into, and then just pop in your sort of cross support on top. So well impressive, but let's get some water on and we'll see how long it takes to boil. Okay, so I'm not going to put an awful lot in there. I'm probably just going to put to the sort of 30. And again, the way to sort of start it is, it's probably not wise to actually just use a thing, so it's more just a case of put a wee bit on there. And again, to start off with, you'll find that you won't really be able to see the flame. But if you put your hand over, you can actually feel the heat there. Okay, so as I said, we'll just see how that long it takes to sort of boil up. I have to admit, I love it. First time using it, absolutely love it. Brilliant. I just think I'll be using this on quite a lot of sort of camping trips in the future, just again because of the weight. Because again, this is one of their titanium pots, so you could literally just put all the sort of wee bottle with the actual fuel and also the fuel stove just inside the actual pot. Again, just with a little bit of food, so it just saves so much space and obviously weight, which is obviously one of the main things when we are up in the hills. Okay, so I'll catch up with you once it's boiling. So I'm really impressed how quick that was. That was the 30 ml, and that's the water boiled already, and that was maybe only about sort of 3-4 minutes. So I'm actually well impressed. Time for a coffee though. And again, even with the likes of the coffee, I tend to sort of put it in small little jars. You'll actually probably recognise it from Starbucks. Other coffee shops are available. But no, it's more a case of, as I said, it's just trying to get as much more small compact stuff as possible. And again, it's all about that saving weight. But well impressed, and that's it burnt out. So I'm just letting it cool down just prior to actually sort of packing it away. Wow. That's brilliant. Well impressed with that. Really, really impressed with it. So as I said, you can look forward to seeing me sort of take it in some of the mountain trips, because I definitely think by the time I've sort of got that inside the pot, it's just going to save me so much on weight, and also just again even bulk from the point of view of the bag itself. Normally I tend to find my bag is just absolutely rammed when I'm off up into the mountains, and that is just so simplistic. Now again, if I had it on a rock and it was a bit of a calm day, I might just actually put it on top of the fuel stove without having the stove. But I just think the multi-fuel stove is just so clever, and again, it just sort of protects it. It's almost got a wind thing. Now you could conceivably, I'm sure, probably just put it down at the bottom of the stove itself and actually just slide the pot in as well. That may very well be an option. But again, from the point of view of then the bushcraft side of things, you just take out the middle beams, and then you've just got your tray just at the actual bottom. You've still got your bars instead, or you just raise them up, and then you can just put your pots on top of the actual beams itself, just for boiling your water, just as a normal twig stove. So as I said, the multi-fuel stove, absolutely fantastic. But the fuel stove itself, as I said, using the methylated spirits and things like that as well, such a clever idea and something I've never ever done before, but certainly will be in the future. So as I said, I'm going to put a link to all the products below, and as I said, I'll put the weights, etc. Off them, so you'll be able to sort of see it. But as I said, I thoroughly recommend it, really, really impressed, and as I said, I look forward to using it in many more videos. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.